Stop number 11 on the NNSCRA Pizza Hut Truck Series brings us to Colorado National Speedway, the shortest track we run on this circuit here this season, in this Truck Series at least. As we're here today for 70 laps of bumping, banging, short track action. So if you want knock out of my way, out of my way, rabbit pack of pit bulls, short track, Saturday night short track, door handle to door handle, bumper to bumper, get the out of my way type of racing, then you've come to the right place. So with that said, let's get to the starting lineup. On the pole, it's Phil Parker at number 3, starting on the pole at a speed of 80 miles per hour. He'll start alongside number 74, James Sykes. Second row sees number 23, Stephen Colon, and number 21, Cole Deaver. Third row sees number 16, Nathan Hudson, and number 4, William Brock in the Mobile 1 Toyota. Fourth row has Jacob Thibodeau in 33 and Kyle Matthews in 44. Next row down has number 88, Keith Batson, and number 7, Ashlyn Boyd. Next row sees number 68, Zachary Fitzwater, and number 00, it is Paul Minnick. Next row has 2 of our in-truck cameras, Seth Cohen, number 9, and 29, Johnny Gardner. Next row down has number 6, it is Quentin Moore. And our third in-truck camera, riding inside Joshua Osborne's truck, the number 10, driven to Honor Chevy. Next row, Laura Chung in 51 and 24, Nathan Orman. Next row is Daniel Bouchard in 87 and number 40, it is John Andrews. Next row down is number 45, that is Diego Yepes. He's outside of that row. Inside of him is Matt McIntyre. Next row down has Jesse Turner in 75 and 19 of Rob Evans. Next row down has number 11, Mitchell Collins, and number 38, it is Scott Upton. Next row down, Carson Gum in number 99 and number 18, Matt Haas. Next row has number 2, Dylan Young, and 54, Kev Shearer. Next row down has number 98, Cat Batson, and number 8, that is Roberto Crown Jr. Next row down is Vale Moscow in 13 and number 17, Pedro Lucas. And starting shotgun in the field will be number 15, Brad Stover. Will be on the outside looking in. Or I should say, excuse me, we'll be in the basement. Or, excuse me, we'll start shotgun in this row. That's what I was meaning to say. Jeez, I can't talk here today. So like I said, this is the shortest track we run on the circuit. This track is 0.375 miles in length. And this track used to exist back in the day. I don't know if it still does or not, to be honest, but this track was actually run only once in the Truck Series back in 1995. And so that's the reason why this track is on the schedule, because this is a legit track they ran in the Truck Series back in the day. That said, let's get to the command to fire the engines for this the 11th race of the season of the NNSCRA Pizza Hut Truck Series.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Command to begin the fire the engines as we get some racing here today. 70 laps in order of the day here at the Colorado National Speedway. As the pace truck leads the field for the pace lap, we'll be back for the race right after this. Field being led off turn number 4 here. Pace truck leads him. Pace truck makes a hard turn, and we're underway here at Colorado Speedway. And what a start we're having here. Phil Parker leads him down, and Cole Deaver coming up the middle, trying to make it 3 wide here for the top spot. James Sykes on the high side. Off to number 4, and it's going to be Phil Parker leading lap number 1 of this race, and already yellow flag number 1 is flown here. And it's Brad Stover in the 15 truck here, along with Joshua Osborne in the 10. And Roberto Crown Jr. in the 8 truck has dove on the pit road. We'll take a look as to what happened here on this race here, and It went through turns number 1 and 2 here. Paul Minnick was on the high side of the 0 truck. Johnny Gardner trying to get by him. And Joshua Osborne, it looked like he's just about to turn the 29 truck right there. Actually tried to let off trying to keep from turning the 29 of Johnny Gardner. But he then got turned by the number 24 of Nathan Ormond. As everybody trying to play a game of where do I go when I get there, Laura Chung gets into Osborne, and now everybody's behind them is on the brakes here. Carson Gum gets involved. And I don't see how Brad Stover actually. No, Stover actually did not get involved. He's one has got caught up in the high. One has got up on the high side here, and made it around. So it made it through the crash here. On board with Osborne. And Joshua trying to start back up here, and it does so. As we're about to get the restart here on lap number, it'll be on lap number 7 when this race restarts here. It'll be Phil Parker leading, Cole Deaver second position, Stephen Cologne third, fourth position is James Sykes, fifth is Nathan Hudson, then it's William Brock, Jacob Thibodeau, Kyle Matthews, Ashlyn Boyd, and the 88 of Keith Badson running in 10th. The green flag back out. We're back underway. Here comes Cole Deaver in 21 to the low side, trying to get by Phil Parker. And Deaver will take the lead at number 21, and Parker trying to fight back in that number 3 truck here as they go through turns number 1 and 2. We talk about here. This is the shortest track we go to on the circuit here, and be going to quite a contrast. The next race on the tour, the next race after this, will be on the road course at Heartland Park, Topeka, in Topeka, Kansas. That's a multi-purpose facility that, like Sonoma, includes both a road course and a drag strip. So it'll be interesting to see how that race goes out for this series here. But today we focus on Colorado National Speedway. As we are now coming down for 10 laps in the books and 60 laps remaining and 3 wider. Kyle Matthews almost got turned around as he bounced off James Sykes and almost bounced off the 40 truck of John Andrews, and somebody was way down in the grass here. I think I saw the 18 of Matt Haas, and Laura Chung is on the pit road for an unscheduled stop as she is She tries to find out what's wrong with her truck. And there's what happened right there is Haas and Matt McIntyre got into it there. Matt got turned by the 45 of Diego Yepes. And that caused a logjam right there that turned Bale Moscow into the wall. There's the 13 truck. And the 8 of Roberto Crown Jr. also is involved. Vale running right now in 29th position at this point here as Cole Deaver now still leads this race here as he's coming up on the back of the 75 of Jesse Turner. Turner not having a good run so far in that machine here. And already one of the first victims to go a lap down here at Colorado. Phil Parker's in second position. Third is Nathan Hudson. Fourth right now is Jacob Thibodeau. Stephen Cologne's in fifth. Sixth is Johnny Gardner. Seventh is Ashlyn Boyd in truck number 7. Eighth is William Brock. Ninth is John Andrews. In 10th position is Keith Badson. Battle for 11th between Kyle Matthews and Seth Cole trying to happen here as you go on board with Seth. Getting by the 40 of John Andrews is up ahead right there is Batson, and now Kyle Matthews pulls up to the back of the number 40 truck. That's the Nice teammate truck of the 44. And if you recognize that truck of Seth Cole's, that's about a 2016 William Byron truck he's driving. Byron, of course, one of probably Seth's favorite driver right now at this point. It was at one point Casey Mears, and Casey Mears is still one of Seth's all-time favorite drivers. But William Byron's now his current favorite. Which then again seems like Seth's a fan of everybody in NASCAR. Seems like. 13th is Scott Upton. Kev Shearer's moved this way up in the 14th position. 15th right now is James Sykes, who started this race second position, so he's slid back a bit. Dylan Young has also worked his way up through the field nicely. He's up to 16th position right now. He started this race well back in the field, so he and Kev have both shot through the field like a bat out of you-know-where. And now Daniel Bouchard running in 17th position right now. 18th is Cat Batson. 19th is the 68 truck of Zachary Fitzwater. And 20th is Diego Yepes. 21st is Quentin Moore. 22nd is Paul Minnick. 23rd is Matt Haas. Brad Stover right now running right now in 30th. He's not on the lead lap. Carson Gumbs 24th. 25th right now is Mitchell Collins in the 11. Then it's Pedro Lucas in 26th. Joshua Osborne 27th. Vale Moscow 28th. And Matt McIntyre 29th. And there you see Cole Deaver already lapping some trucks right now. He's gotten past the 75 of Jesse Turner. So 25 laps are in the books here at the Colorado National Speedway, and we are down to 45 to go here in this race here. As the laps we mentioned do click off very, very quickly. We mentioned the lap speeds here about 80 miles per hour. Let's check and see the fastest laps of the race so far. As Keith Batson holds the fastest lap of the race so far at 80.501 miles per hour. In fact, all 10 of the fastest laps are all in the 80 mile an hour range. And this is as we mentioned, that's somewhat fast for a 3/8 of a mile racetrack here. As we mentioned, the shortest track we run on the circuit. We thought Martinsville was pretty short. That's the shortest track we usually run in the Cup Series. At least in any Cup Series we run in the NNSCRA. But now when it comes to the lower leagues, it's usually this is one of the shortest tracks we run. Phil Parker and Nathan Hudson running right now, second and third at this point here as these two battle it out here. The 33 of Jacob Thibodeau runs in fourth position, giving that truck a pretty good ride. Johnny Gardner in fifth. Sixth position, to mention again, is Stephen Colon. Seventh is Ashland Boyd in truck number 7. Keith Batson's in eighth. Ninth is now Kyle Matthews in 10th position. Moving up to 10th is John Andrews in the 40 truck. We thought Andrews was a lap down, though, but it turns out he wasn't. So my mistake on saying Andrews was a lap down. He actually is not a lap down. In this race, he's on the lead lap in 10th place. 11th is Scott Upton. 12th is Seth Cole. 13th is Kev Shearer. 14th is now James Sykes. Dylan Young up to 15th is William Brock is now going backwards. And the 4 truck is now Cat Batson, and the 98 truck tries to go by him. Diego Yepes running in 18th. Then it's Fitzwater and then Quentin Moore as he is trying to hold up the challenge of the 18 of Matt Haas. Chevy versus Toyota right there. Daniel Bouchard trying to get by Carson Gum as we watch the rest of this field right there going by. On board with Joshua Osborne in number 10. As Stover and the 00 of Paul Minnick, some close corners racing between those two trucks. And the 99 of Carson Gum way up high in the Carolina Nut Ford. Matt McIntyre trying to get by Osborne. He does. He zips by him at this point. Osborne number 4. And you look and see that flash of green right there behind it's Cole Deaver, and he's trying to lap both Osborne and Matt McIntyre. And there is Deaver in the 10 and the 21 truck. Deaver's got his truck on cruise control right now. Woo! Osborne and McIntyre plenty darn close right there. And Deaver gets those two trucks in one fell swoop. And now Deaver gets moved up to the high side. Now Osborne trying to get back by him to try to unlap himself, and he will do so. And Matt McIntyre will follow suit in the number 52 truck. And here comes number 13, Bale Moscow, trying to get by, or trying to get into position to try where he can unlap itself. And whoa! Moscow just about got into the rear bumper panel of the 21 truck and just about turned it around. So I think Vale wants to get back on the lead lap and cause the yellow flag to make sure of it. But can't say they're not trying there here at Colorado National Speedway, as now Deaver comes by about to come by to complete the 39th lap. We will have now down to 31 to go. So Matt McIntyre right now runs 27th. Osborne currently running in 26th position. As now Deaver tries to come up on the back of the 52 truck once again. And Deaver meantime has pulled ahead a little bit. He's now leading by almost 2 seconds on Nathan Hudson, who is now running second position. Johnny Gardner up to third position now. The guy who was running second, Phil Parker, has dropped to 8th position, believe it or not. Thibodeau's in fourth position, is in fourth, and then it's Stephen Colon fifth. Kyle Matthews up to sixth. Seventh position is now Keith Batson. Parker's 8th, Andrews 9th, and Boyd, I should say, running in 10th position. And now Cole Deaver getting by the 52 truck of Matt McIntyre. Cole Deaver out for a bit of a Sunday drive here at the Colorado National Speedway, or whatever day this race is uploaded onto YouTube. But anyway, coming down to complete lap number 45. We're now down to 25 to go. 25 left seems like quite a bit of racing left to go, though. But a track like this, it clicks off plenty quick. Meantime, the 10 of Joshua Osborne trying to get by the 15 of Brad Stover. He now moves Brad up the high side of the track here. And Joshua will get by him. It's 25th position that Joshua moves the... Actually, no, Stover's running 30th. Stover's not on the same lap as Osborne. So Brad's actually not on the lead lap. He is running right now... Let's see. He is running right now... one lap down. Roberto Crown Jr. is out of the race, and 3 trucks have DQ'd out of this race. I actually did not see this. Actually, we must have it on a restart. 3 trucks DQ'd out of the race. That would be Nathan Ormond, Laura Chung, and the 19 of Rob Evans. Those 3 trucks disqualified out of the race for some reason. And my guess would be they jumped the restart. So, because you remember, those 3 trucks made it through the green flag okay, but they all, as I mentioned, they all jumped the restart here, and of course, all 3 of them disqualified themselves out of the race. I heard tire screeching right there happening. It was the 18 of Matt Haas. I think that spun. I'm not sure if it was him or not. So caution number 2 flying here at Colorado National Speedway, and I think it might not have been Matt Haas. I don't know. No, it wasn't Matt Haas. It was a 38 truck of Scott Upton. Take a look at what happened. He moved up right in front of Cat Batson in the 98 truck, and basically just turned himself around. I think he tried to cut right in front of Cat. That's what happened. And unfortunately, that did not work. And Scott spun out, and he actually tapped the two of Dylan Young at the same time. So caution number 2 flying here at Colorado National Speedway. We'll be back for the restart. Pace truck's lights are off, and we're about to get the restart here. It'll be on lap number 56 when this race restarts. We'll have 15 laps remaining. Lap trucks on the inside are Matt McIntyre, Val Moscow, Jesse Turner, Pedro Lucas, and Brad Stover. Those 5 trucks are on the inside and are not on the lead lap. So the green flag about to fly. Cole Deaver out in front here. 26 trucks remain on the lead lap. And we're back underway here. And Deaver up the high side here. 3 wides, about a couple of rows deep. And here comes Hudson up on the back bumper. And I don't know who's got the advantage of trying to take the lead from Deaver. If that were to happen, so Matt McIntyre and Vale Moscow have broken out of this pack here. And here comes Thibodeau trying to get by Gardner for 3rd position, and he does so. Saving grace for Deaver might be the lap traffic, possibly on the inside lane. But now, it depends, of course, on how much the lap traffic will get by. But here comes Hudson to the low side for the top spot. He looks, oh, and he almost turned the 21 around. And 3 wide back there. That is Andrews, Gardner, and the 33 of Thibodeau. And they're battling for hard position here as Nathan Hudson now takes the lead in the 16 truck. Phil Parker up the 3rd spot down to the number 3 truck, and he tries to get by Deaver. Those two were battling for the lead a little bit earlier in the race. But how about Nathan Hudson going to the top spot? And watch out, Keith Batson. Keith in for an unscheduled stop and dropped him down to 30th in this race, and he obviously had something go wrong with the number 88 truck. He's 3 laps down and now in 30th position. John Andrews now goes by him in the number 6 and number 40 truck. And problems in turn number 1. James Sykes, Matt Haas, and again Joshua Osborne involved in the crash too. And the yellow flag flies with now, trying to see what lap we're on. Well, yellow flag flies with 8 laps remaining. Oh, this could be interesting. Oh, Nathan Hudson did not want to see that yellow flag fly. And a 74 truck of James Sykes, he got turned, looks like, by the 18 of Matt Haas. Sent him right down the inside, across the nose of Joshua Osborne's truck in the 10. And he goes up the track here. It looks like Osborne and the 18 of Haas are going to sneak by. Don't bet on it. And, well, Ashland Boyd in the 7 truck. What? How did he and Nathan Hudson both? How did he and Quentin Moore both sneak through? I don't know how. Because the truck behind him, Mitchell Collins, got a piece of it too. But that's the second time we've seen a bit of a deal like this happen on the front stretch here, where you got one truck come off turn number 4, and then results could be disastrous. Again, on board Joshua Osborne's truck. Joshua again able to get his truck to start back up, and he rejoins the race. So pace truck's lights are off, and we are going to get the restart on. We will restart with 3 laps to go. Oh. Cinch up those seatbelts because it's going to be a wild ride. Nathan Hudson's your leader. Cole Deaver second position. John Andrews runs in third position. Can he pull off an upset? We'll find out. Phil Parker in fourth and Jacob Thibodeau fifth. The green flag flies. 3 laps to go. Brad Stover in the 15 truck is not on the lead lap here. He could be Hudson's best friend possibly. Coming up for 2 to go now as they come to start finish line. Nathan Hudson on, yep, and the yellow flag's out for again. Again, that's gonna be the race right there. And it was Pedro Lucas in the 17 truck this time. So, what promised to be a pretty darn good finish in this race here was followed by the yellow flag. With 2 to go, and okay, the white flag now. Nathan Hudson appears is going to be your winner here today at Colorado National Speedway as he gets his first Pizza Hut Truck Series victory. Cole Deaver comes home second. Third will go to John Andrews. Fourth will go to Phil Parker. Fifth place will go to Jacob Thibodeau. Sixth to Daniel Bouchard. Seventh to Stephen Colon. Eighth to Carson Gunn. Ninth to Kyle Matthews. And 10th place will go to Quentin Moore. And there's the checkered flag there. Nathan Hudson wins here at Colorado Speedway. Yeah. So, actually, that was not the 12th race of the season. It's actually the 11th of the season. So, anyway. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Quentin Moore comes home in 11th position. Dylan Young finished 10th. He rounds out the top 10 in this race here today. Scott Upton 12th. Matt McIntyre 13th. Vale Moscow comes home in 14th. Johnny Gardner 15th. Zachary Fitzwater 16th. 17th will go to Mitchell Collins. 18th to William Brock. 19th to Joshua Osborne. 20th to Brad Stover. Then it's Kat Batson, Ashlyn Boyd, Seth Cole, Diego Yepes, Paul Minnick, Pedro Lucas, Kev Shearer, Keith Batson, Jesse Turner, James Sykes, Matt Haas, Roberto Crown Jr. The rest of the finishers in this race, the trucks that were disqualified out of the race, gets the bottom 3 spots. That's Ormond, Chung, and Evans. So before we close out this race here, let's take a look at what happened that caused the last yellow flag to fly. It was Diego Yepes getting attacked from behind by Johnny Gardner in the 29 truck. And Yepes was running 6. He's had a pretty darn good race going here. Collects Seth Cole in the 9 truck. And everybody else gets involved. Ashlyn Boyd, he had a good run going too. Osborne again, the third crash he's been involved in. And William Brock and Paul Minnick. They both, what a flip that was right there between the 4 and a 00. We're going to look at that one here again, right there between the 4 and the 00. What happened to those two racing back to the checkered flag? So we're going to look at the crash, so we're going to look at what happened between the 00 Paul Minnick and the 4 of William Brock. They came off turn number 2 right here. Now here comes the... Brock slid right into the 00 of Minnick's truck, and oh my goodness. And if you want to know what the undercarriage of a truck looks like there, take a look at what happened. Take a look at William Brock. Fitzwater also was involved. And Brock landed on top of the 00 of Minnick there. You saw Mitchell Collins in the 11. He lost control and spun. And there's the